Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. This is Everyday Finance and I'm your host, Bobby. If this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for taking time out to watch this video. While you're here, if you enjoy the content, be sure to smash that like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you'll get updates on future content and videos similar to what you'll see in today's video. For today's video, we're going to talk about a question that concerns everybody. And that question is, why is everything all of a sudden so expensive? Right? I mean, from gas, food, everything. Why is it so expensive? We're going to take a look at 3 reasons why the cost of everything has gone up. So no more talking. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Why? Everything nowadays is super expensive. From the gas we need to fuel our vehicles, the food that we need to consume, the electricity that we need to power our homes and to keep our families warm, to the services that we use, whether that be a telephone, whether that be cable, whether that be internet. Everything has increased in price. But guess what? Our wages haven't. It's like the punchline to a bad joke. You're expected to maintain your current lifestyle, even though there's an increase in everything that you use on a daily basis, but you won't have an increase to the amount that you earn, or there isn't a cost of living increase that you're currently receiving to offset the increase in prices. Frustrating to say the least. So the easiest and most straightforward thing that controls prices is inflation. So let's define inflation as well. Inflation can be defined as a decrease in the purchasing power of money, reflected in a general increase in the prices of goods and services within the economy. What this basically means is that your dollar buys less as the price of goods increases. Simple enough, right? As simple as that example was, inflation can be extremely complex as well. So with the thought of inflation in mind, let's take a look at 3 specific reasons why prices of everything are going up. Gas prices and transportation costs. Believe it or not, gas prices affect more than just your normal commute. Whether we're talking about regular, unleaded, super, or diesel fuel, the price of gas affects transportation, and transportation affects all goods and services. When transportation costs rise, so does the cost of traditional consumer goods and services. In addition, one point of emphasis during the pandemic has been people leaving their jobs. I bring up this point because according to the ATA, or the American Trucking Association, the trucking industry right now has a shortage of over 80,000 drivers. With less drivers to handle loads, the trucking industry has to negate or offset this by increasing their prices to transport goods and services. Supply chain issues. Many products that we enjoy today go through a manufacturing process. Most of these are completed using multiple parts from multiple companies. For an example, think about cars. There are many car manufacturers, but the majority of car parts that they have come from other companies. When those suppliers or vendors can't get enough parts, it creates a shortage, which in turn raises the price of those parts if it doesn't shut things down completely. Have you heard about the recent chip shortage? This is a great example of a supply chain shortage. Those chips are not only used in cars, they're used in electronics, they're used in phones, they're used in nearly everything that's touch button or wireless. But within the realm of cars, in our example, Having this shortage means that there are fewer cars that are being produced or fewer new cars that are being produced. In turn, this created a shortage of newer vehicles. So it created a higher demand on used vehicles, which created a higher demand for used vehicles to be traded in, which created a higher value for used cars as well. So you see how this works, where one thing affects the other, and then it affects something else, which affects something else. It's a chain of events that can happen all within the same spectrum. Confused yet? There are a lot of tangent lines that can be drawn when talking about inflation or supply chain issues. Social media. Believe it or not, social media can affect the cost of goods. Whether it's a TikTok video, an Instagram or Facebook post, increased media coverage for a good can make it cost more. Open up your favorite social media app and just type in the name of a product. If there is a lot of coverage or there is a lot of posts with regards to this, what happens is that gives that product brand recognition. And with brand recognition comes an increase in pricing. Don't believe me? Here's an example. Casamigos tequila. Pre-pandemic, Casamigos was selling for around $20 to $25 a bottle. With a surge in posts and songs citing the brand, the cost started to soar. Now that same tequila costs $60 a bottle, 3 times its original cost. Social media clout or hype, however you want to label it, can directly impact the price of goods and services. Guys, during this video, we talked about why things are so expensive. We talked about gas and transportation costs. We talked about inflation. We talked about supply chain issues or shortages, and we also talked about social media. If this information has been entertaining and educational for you, be sure to smash that like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you'll get updates on future content and video similar to what you saw in today's video. And always remember, guys, there is no goal that is unobtainable when you apply everyday finance. And I hope stuff gets less expensive as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.